Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure accessory review. Today, we're going to look at the Mark2Toys Mark II design weapon set, both A and B. This is basically a gun pack, and it's going to be for 1/12 scale figures, 6-inch scale figures. Probably to work for 7-inch scale as well, but we'll find that out in this video. I ordered these things from Big Bad Toy Store. They were a pretty reasonable price, so I figured I'd get both sets. And hell, I went ahead and got 2 of each set. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, Mark II design, Mark2Toys.com, weapon set A, 1/12 scale action figure accessories, picture of gun at the front, Big Bad Toy Store's barcode, print blank on all the other sides. And of course, we've got weapon set B. It's going to have a different variation of weapons, also blank on all the sides. So no further ado, let's open them up. And like I said earlier, I got 2 sets of version A and 2 sets of version B. Why? Because I have a ton of action figures that need guns. Alright, now that I get these guns out of the package, here they are laid out in front of you. These are the contents from gun pack A. We've got a total of 8 guns in front of you. Total of $16. And it's about $2 a gun. A little more expensive than McFarlane's gun pack, but you can never have too many guns. These are going to be a slightly smaller scale, so I thought I could sure put these to good use. Looks like we have about 4 rifles, 1 shotgun, and then 3 submachine guns. In this video, we're going to take a look at each of the weapons. We'll take a look at some different action figures holding them from different companies to see which lines you can use them with. So my first thoughts here, guns are all painted in one sort of gray color. I think I would have preferred them to be black myself, but it works. They feel a little bit different than McFarlane guns, a little bit lighter. They're not bendable, they're not fragile. Sculpt and detail's pretty nice. Just feel like the color could be, I don't know, maybe black or silver, metallic. They could definitely benefit from a repaint, but if you're going to be putting them into action figures' hands, the paint will just chip off. So, like I said, here are the contents from gun pack A. And here are both sets of gun pack version A. Total of 16 guns in front of you, all purpose, generic guns. Good for almost any of my action figures. Nothing unrealistic, futuristic, sci-fi, nothing weird, all just some regular guns. And I thank them for that. And here are the contents from gun pack B. Another 8 guns, adding some variety to the collection. Looks like we have 3 rifles, a shotgun, a couple of heavier weapons, and then a couple of submachine gun automatic type weapons. And here are both of my sets from gun pack version B. 2 sets of 8 guns. More for the armory, artillery. We'll start off by looking at gun set A. Comes with 4 of these rifle type guns. They're all done in that sort of gray color. You see the magazine down here, place the figure's going to hold it. Very long, thin barrel. Then this rifle here has a couple different barrels there. Looks like it's got kind of a shotgun mixed with a rifle here. Looks very nice. Then with this rifle here, it's got a couple different handles, magazine, scope. Looks good. And finally, this one here, it's got the curved magazine at the bottom, handle, nice sculpt and detail on the barrel. And do keep in mind, these are for 1/12 scale figures. They should be really good for Hasbro Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, maybe Mafex, that sort of stuff. Here's some Hasbro Marvel Legends and some Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figures holding these rifles. They work perfect for the scale of figure. Maybe in just a tiny bit too small, but they look amazing. They should fit in great with any 6-inch scale figures. Probably going to be a little too small for 7-inch scale stuff, but we'll check that out later in the video. All these figures have sort of military outfits, camo, fatigues, etc. These are the type of figures I plan to use these guns for. but you can use them for pretty much anything you want. Now for the shotgun. Looks pretty good. You can see sort of handle, the trigger, pump there. Looks like maybe it has a light on the bottom. I thought maybe the Mafex John Wick would look cool with the shotgun, and I'm not wrong. Now for these submachine guns. We have the smaller one here. You can see the extended clip. Another one here. It's got a large support that goes under your arm. Sculpting detail, pretty nice. A lot of sculpting on the barrel here and the handle. Then we have this gun here. Much shorter front. It's got an extra handle at the front. Large area for under your arm. And I'm definitely pleased that I got 2 packs of both A and B. This kind of a submachine gun, I would want an action figure holding 2 of them at the same time. Here's a Mattel DC Multiverse Break Flag figure on the left, and a couple of Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figures on the right. Guns are perfect for this scale of figure. So that was a good look at Gun Pack version A. Here's Gun Pack version B. There are no exact replicas, but there are some pretty similar weapons. Let's start off by looking at the rifles. Now let's look at the rifles. There are 3 of them. Top one here, regular assault rifle. It's got kind of a bayonet thing at the end there. Sculpting detail is pretty good. Magazine, handle, barrel with a knife. Then we have another assault rifle. This one's a little bit more basic. Pretty much the same thing with the bayonet piece. Then we have this rifle, a little bit different. Longer curled magazine at the bottom. Here are a few Hasbro G.I. Joe classified figures with these rifles. Look good with these guys. Maybe just a smidge too small, but works good. Then we have another shotgun here. Shotgun looks pretty good. Nice sculpting detail on the pump there. Couple barrels, handle, area to support under the arm. Thought I would try this shotgun with another Mafex John Wick figure. Works pretty good. Now let's check out a couple of these heavier guns. I don't know what kind of guns these are, but they look like they fire some heavier rounds. Here's this one. It's got the area for under the arm, the handle, large barrel here. And this gun, it's got a scope, smaller barrel, a little more square shaped. Here are a couple of larger G.I. Joe classified figures holding these bigger guns. And here are a couple of these semi-automatic weapons. This one on the top, it's got a very thin barrel, long magazine, area for under the arm, support the gun. And the smaller SMG, you see handle, small barrel, area for under the arm. And finally, a couple more G.I. Joe classified figures holding these guns. Work pretty good with them. Like I said, I feel like maybe they're just a tad too small for the Hasbro figures, but they look fine. Here are 16 different action figures holding the guns from both pack A and B. A total of 16 guns to add to my action figure world. 2 packs of each, 32 additional guns for the 1/12 scale. This will be fantastic for my action figure world. I have plenty of figures that didn't come with guns, or just don't have guns, or need extra guns, etc. Bunch of figures, 1/12 scale, mostly militaristic. Excellent. Now let's check out some action figures from different various companies holding these guns, so you can see how they fit in both scale and style-wise, in case you will know which lines you can use them with. These are intended for 1/12 scale figures. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the smaller action figure lines I collect, and work my way larger. But you're going to have much more success with 6-inch scale figures than you are with larger 7-inch scale figures. But we'll check all that out here in the next couple of minutes. Here are some Jazzwares Fortnite figures holding these guns. And here are some SH Figuarts holding these guns. Scale-wise, they fit in pretty nicely. Maybe a little bit tight in the trigger hand. Then, even though we checked them out lots in the video earlier, here are some Hasbro, G.I. Joe Classified, and Marvel Legends figures holding these guns. About the perfect scale for these weapons. And here are some Mafex figures holding these guns. Works great with them scale-wise also. Some of our hands are maybe a little bit too small for the trigger areas. Then, Here's some Mattel, DC Universe Classics, and Multiverse figures holding these guns. Still the right scale and ballpark for these guns. And here's some Mezco 112 collective figures of these guns. Once again, perfect match scale-wise, fits in our hands excellently. And now, here's some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers with some guns. Fits pretty nice in their hands too. Doesn't seem too small for them at all. Then, here's some Mattel wrestling figures holding these guns. They look okay size-wise. Definitely a little bit looser and smaller in the wrestling figures' hands. And here's some NECA figures holding these guns. They actually fit in the hands better than the wrestling figures. Then, here's some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures holding these guns. Here's some McFarlane toys with these guns. Works a lot better than I expected. Grifter, for example, those machine guns fit in perfect into his hands. They don't even look too small. So it seems like these guns work pretty good with 6-inch scale figures. And better than I expected with 7-inch scale figures. And here are some DST, or Diamond Select toys with these guns. Actually works much better than expected. And finally, here's some Jack-specific wrestling figures holding these guns. Guns look a little too small. They look way too small next to these big-ass hands these Jack-specific figures have. It's fudgeable, but definitely too small for these guys. Overall, happy to have another 32 guns for my action figure collection. And I have plenty of guns for 7-inch scale figures, thanks to McFarlane's gun packs, which I've gotten a ton of. So it's nice to have some more guns for Marvel Legends or J. Joe Classified figures. Pleased with these things. The material seems okay. One of them is getting already a stress mark with a sort of area that goes under the arm, getting a little bit bent when putting it out of the figure's hands. The guns themselves look pretty good. Now, their paint job could be a little better. Wish they looked a little more metallic or a little more black. They just look kind of like toys. But as a whole, they fit pretty nicely, they work good, and they work way better with the 7-inch scale figures than I would have anticipated. So for that, I'm thankful. If I had to rate these guns, probably going to give them a 6 out of 10. It's nice to get a bunch of guns at one time, but they could look a little bit better paint-wise, and if they were just a tiny bit bigger, they would really be perfect in my book. But if you're looking for a bunch of guns for your 1/12 scale figures, these are affordable, pretty nice, and they're in stock right now. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure and action figure accessory reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.